everyone, and welcome to our first video for our Faith in Action series. I'm joined by Marianne Phillips, who will introduce herself a little, and we'll get started talking about what Faith in Action means to her.
Good afternoon. I'm very happy to be here. I joined St. Andrews approximately 2 years ago. We have been coming down to Charlestown for our beach house, which is just down the road from the church. And I was always attracted to all the activities and wonderful things happening at St. Andrews. After coming to a few services, we decided to become full-time partners.
Great. So Faith in Action is kind of at the core of who St. Andrew is, and one of the ministries you're involved in, the Afghan Help Team. What is that? Can you explain a little bit about that?
Sure. Faith in Action has always been a very important part of being in a church for me. In particular, I think it takes putting your words into action. And I think showing empathy for others and using the skills God has given you to help others is just at the crux of who we should be as human beings. The Afghan Help Team came about last fall when we learned that many Afghan refugees were being moved to the United States, and in particular, some families were being moved to Rhode Island. Once it had been broadcast on the news, very quickly we assembled a group of people, all of whom really did not know one another, but all had the common interest to help these refugees settle and feel welcome and provide whatever support we could in that effort. And so a meeting gathered, lists were drawn of things that we could possibly do, and we decided to focus on providing household essentials to the homes where they would be placed. We drew up some lists. We divided them into what we called boxes, so someone could collect kitchen supplies and someone could collect bathroom supplies and assign them to different people. And within a matter of days, we had a very full room of supplies to be delivered. When we got notice that 2 families were coming in our local area and would have access to the homes that they would be renting, we quickly assembled teams to deliver all of the donations and set them up in the houses, so when they arrived on the scene, the houses were fully furnished. It was just amazing to see, and I might add the donations were all new items, newly purchased items, which I think just showed how everybody wanted to be mindful of the dignity and respect of these people that literally arrived on U.S. land without a single belonging, maybe a suitcase and maybe not. And the families were so delighted and thrilled. They showed much appreciation. I think they were almost overwhelmed by the generosity and the preparation that we did to make sure that all their needs were met. Another interesting story was when we got there, we were not told that there was a 2-year-old in the family, and the mother looked a little distraught when she arrived, and we learned that they quickly needed a crib, and they needed diapers, and they needed a high chair, and within a few hours, through the generous gift cards, because some people that weren't able to shop or the things that we needed had already been purchased, they provided gift cards, which we quickly used to fill in any of the gaps that we missed in our lists.
That's, I think, one of my favorite stories of that is just, a moment of panic was eased by just the generosity of the people that were involved with this. And I remember walking in that first evening with that group of people. There was more than I expected. And there were a lot of people who aren't really a part of St. Andrew. They're like tangentially involved, and I thought that was really amazing how much word had spread about that.
And those people are still involved. And so I think they saw the kindness and faith in action. I mean, I think that's the best way to explain it. And they wanted to join and be part of the team, and they continue to be. So I think it's a great success.
I do too. So we talked a little bit about faith in action, but what does it personally mean to you?
I think we are all blessed with so many gifts and so many things, and there's so much happening in our world, particularly this week when we hear of a shooting in Texas. And I think faith in action just means you can't talk the talk, you have to walk the walk, and do it sincerely, genuinely, without procrastination, without debate. I think when you sign up to do something like this, you need to go into it full force ahead. I think it's wonderful to meet other people. These are some of the side benefits. I think it's interesting to see how different leaders emerge and work together. And I think the rewards are both tangible and intangible.
That's great. Thanks, Marianne. So then how does the Afghan Help Team and everything else you're involved with, how does that help you put your faith in action?
It gives me great purpose. I am an accountant by background, so I've been able to help out with some of the treasury role here at the church. With the Afghan Help Team, it was some of my organizational skills. I think we have a wonderful book club that has evolved, and it's been a wonderful way to meet other people as well as discuss things happening in our world and how we can maybe make a little difference. And I think if everybody tries to make a little difference, that could be quite powerful.
Yeah, I agree. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
It's been wonderful working with you, Sarah. I think you've added such a genuine touch of freshness and insight and a little diversity. I think you've made us be aware of things that are happening outside of our small community of Charlestown. I thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Marianne. All right, everyone, that was our first video on Faith in Action. Stay tuned for more. We've got a lot of things going on at St. Andrew, which means we have a lot more videos coming. So thank you.